Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Hardway. Welcome to my studio. Today I'm gonna give some feedback on demos that you guys have sent me on my demo drop. The demo drop that's located at fans.jhardway.com. You guys sent a lot of demos. Since I asked last week, I got about like 500 demos. I check all demos. I can't give feedback to everyone, but in this episode we're gonna give a feedback. I'm gonna give some feedback to some of those tracks. So let's go. First one I'm checking out today is Take It Down by Mario Bravo. I can already hear it sounds good, the drums are good, the bass is good, so I'm excited.
Be a team, we see the dreams of many others. You picked your battles wrong, I'm not the one you should be after. I can take you down.
Wow, I really like it. It really sounds good. Sounds are cool. I think the drop has some kind of grooviness to it, which I really like. And yeah, I definitely could play this in my radio show. Only thing I do have, like, there could be some more variation in the second part of the drop, and you can hear the vocal sing Take It Down in the same way a couple of times. Maybe you could change that, like play with the pitch on the different times you hear the vocal. And I'm not sure if the sound, the lead sound is too aggressive, if it's aggressive enough, so it's like very light. Maybe you can layer it with some like heavier sound, or maybe something that sticks out a little bit more in the mix. Although in the mix it sounds good, but like the sound itself is quite thin.
We used to be a team.
Yeah, the breaks are cool. It's a really cool vocal. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, not much to add on that one. So okay, that was first track. We're going now to the second one, Poltergeist by Danny Leaks.
In the darkness, my shadows, they follow you. They follow you.
Sick. I really like the drop of this track. I think it almost needs maybe no work, but yeah, it's already really cool. So, but the break, for me personally, it's a bit too dreamy. And like, if I would play this live, I wouldn't play that break. Like, I would mesh it up with some other track. It sounds good, so that's like nothing to add there. But like, the vocal is a bit like dreamy, and like it takes really the rhythm out of the track, and then it starts building up again. So for me, I would like a more energetic break here. I would like more a break that gets you like pumped to go, to keep jumping or to keep raving. That's it. Like, it doesn't stand out to me, and that's, yeah, I think a break is but the drop's really cool. So great job. Track number 2, Poltergeist by Danny Leaks. Next track, Let You Go by Ultra Cruise Official Cruise. Official Cruise, that's the name he added, but I think it's Ultra Cruise. So it's called Let You Go, so let's go. So what I can hear here is that the ideas are there. So like the track is there, the idea for the break and the arrangement is there. But what I do miss is the sounds are not there yet, in my opinion. I think, especially in the drop, there is a bass, there are some chords, but the sounds which you made them with are not that interesting yet. I think you need more layers. I think you need more mid layers where you play the chords, because now I can hear only one synth playing the chords. And I think the bass, you let the bass pop out a bit more. And I miss some drums. I miss some proper drums. Like the kick is okay, but then there's like a hi-hat in there and a clap that just it doesn't do it yet for me. So it needs some work on the sounds. Like the ideas are cool. And there are also some cool little melodies in it, which I also like. And here's also one thing, in the break you have a kick drum. What you could do is filter out the low frequencies of that kick in the build-up, and then you build up, because then when the drop hits and you get back the low frequencies, it hits harder. So in the build-up you want to get more attention towards the drop. It sounds a bit like an outro, intro to me now. So. And that's not, you really want it to get people excited. And the lead synth, yeah, like I said, the sounds are not there yet. So I think the lead synth needs something unique, something more powerful. So try to work on your mix as well. And well, that's my opinion on that one. Next track, next up, Back to You by Valentin Perrier. So let's go. I'm quite excited about the break. I'm excited because it builds up and it's like exciting. You don't really know where it's going. But then the drop hits and I'm a little bit disappointed, because although the sounds are already pretty good, like the kick and bass and everything is pretty good, but the lead synth doesn't do anything. It stays a bit flat melody wise, so it doesn't grab my attention as much as the break. Because I think the rest of the sound's already pretty cool, but there is not a real catchy melody or something that catches my attention. So, and that makes it pretty flat energy-wise. And I like the vocals, so it's a good break. So yeah, sound-wise I think you're good, but just try to work on a little bit more catchy, try to stand out from other songs, and then I think you're definitely on the good way, so good job. Next up, Genres by Victor Telaggio.
House, EDM, techno, deep. It's all music to me.
Nice. I really like it. I like it, man. It's like, I like what you've done with the vocal, like all the genres, and then it's really cool. And then the drop, man.
It's all music to me.
It's like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like really deep, like dark, but then it's also like pretty hard and pretty aggressive. So, and what I really like about it is that it's original. This stands out of a lot of demos and a lot of tracks that are being released right now. Great job.
The way you feel about it?
So nice, that's cool. The level is really high. Next up, Under the Cover by Jills Laggin.
If you wanna run around, then tell me now, tell me now. Know you better than her.
Really cool the way you work from the break to the drop. It's a really cool energy, but I think there's something missing in the drop. I think it's the lead sound that just isn't energetic enough or isn't unique enough. It's like it maybe needs some more reverb or maybe needs some different sound or some extra layers on it. It's just not standing out that much to me. It's like maybe layer it with some like bigger sound or some sound behind it that makes it more full. And with the drums, if you work on your mix on the drums, maybe get some like bigger snare that's like, because I really like this. I like the melodies in there. I do have to say, I think the breaks are a bit long, in my opinion. Like it loses my attention, but that could be a personal taste. Yeah, really try to work on your lead sound, and I think I would definitely like this one better. I already like it, but would be better. Okay, next up, let's go to Passion by Nacho Barrera.
Disagree.
I like it. I think the mix in the drop is a bit messy. I do like it, like the sounds are good. It's a bit messy in the mid, so it's hard to hear all the different chord things that are going on here.
Let go.
And I think the lead sound is like one of those typical progressive house lead sounds. I think you can use that, and I mean it sounds good, but I'm not that big of a fan of it because it's like a solid that's been used so many times that for me it's hard to make a track stand out, and that's the case with this one as well. I think it needs, well, I don't think it needs another lead sound, but I would like to see you come up with a more unique lead synth in the drop.
You can.
But it sounds good, like, so it does sound good, but for me it would, to play, it would need that unique thing in there.
Truth be told,
Yeah, the rest is cool.
we set ourselves, don't need detour.
So yeah, I guess it's also just a taste thing. Like, of course I have a personal preference, and for me it would need that extra unique little thing. Okay, we had 7 tracks now. Let's go to number 8, which is We Wanna Party by Daniel Leon Gutierrez. Go.
Yeah, it's Sunday that we wanna have a good time. Yeah, we wanna party.
The thing with this track is I think there's some cool melodies in there. I don't like that vocal. It's like really kind of cheesy or something. First of all, the drop misses some low end. Like the kick needs some definitely more low end. The bass should be more bouncy and should be more out there. And the sound of it, I heard this sound too many times. It's like that future house kind of sound, like maybe like Mesto or it's been done already a lot of times and it doesn't stand out to me anymore. So unless you have a really good melody, it's difficult to make this track stand out. But yeah, you really want that bass to pump, especially with a track like this. And that's what you need to feel when you're in the club. So that's, yeah, I would suggest working on that. Work on that bass groove. Like a good melody is one thing, but then the second thing is getting the track to really pump. And you just gotta keep trying things, try different bass line, try different kick. Work with your drums to make some kind of groove, and it can take a lot of time and can take a lot of tracks, but I think if you really want your track to stand out, that's really important. So. Because there's some potential, I feel, to the melodies. At least you get chords and you get the melodies, so get the music behind it, and that's, I think, really important. So good job. Next up, Hacked by Kiyoki Katao. It's an aggressive track with a sci-fi vibe, so I'm very excited to hear this one. Very dark already.
Program terminated. Please evacuate.
Sick. Really sick drop, super unique. Yeah.
Please evacuate.
What you did really cool is there's a lot going on, like a lot of different sounds, but it doesn't get messy, and I really like that.
Program terminated.
Really sick. There's really nothing to add for me on this drop. It's like really unique. You have your own style, and I think, yeah, you did a great job. The break. The break fits the same atmosphere, and I think that's cool. I'm not sure if a lot of DJs would play the whole break because, yeah, maybe they would make some edits. Like the drop in this track is definitely the most amazing. But yeah, you set a really cool atmosphere. Like you said, like aggressive track with a sci-fi vibe that totally explains the track. It's really cool. Sick, really sick. Okay, last track of this episode, number 10. This is Maurice Lessing with Feels Like. So let's go.
Can't breathe when you're with me. Know how it feels like. Intoxicated me. Know how it feels like. I want to see. So how it feels like. Just try to change me. I know it feels like. Feels like. I know it feels like. I'm in love.
I really like this track. I really love the break, and I think you really have talent for chords and stuff like that, because that break is awesome, especially the second break. Yeah, this part. That's really cool and really unique. Yeah, what you're doing there with the chords and the melodies on top of the chords, I think is amazing. The drop, on the other hand, the bass is a bit messy, and the lead sound is really boring. It's like a sound that doesn't fit the rest of the track. It needs a more organic kind of sound. This is really electronic and really harsh. Same goes for the kick. Try to get maybe a more rounded kick that fits better with the bass. Try to make it maybe more funky, more organic. I feel like that this break could definitely use that. Because the vocal is also really cool together on top of the chords. That's really cool. But this drop, compared to the break, just not good enough, I think. Also, the melody of the drop is a bit messy. It's like too many notes. Maybe just strip it down a bit. Try to change the sounds. Try to change the bass, the kick, and the drums. Make it more organic. Maybe that's what I would recommend on this. But yeah, the break.
Can't breathe when you with me. Know how it feels like. Intoxicated me. Know how it feels like. I want to let you see. So how it feels like. Just try on changing me.
That's really good. Like the break there is that's awesome. And I think there's a lot of talent there. And keep going the way you do, man. It's just try to work on that drop and other drops of your tracks maybe. So that was number 10. Thank you for tuning in. These were my feedback to 10 tracks of my demo drop. So if you want to send in your demo, make sure to go to fans.jhardway.com. Create a profile and then you can submit your demo in the demo drop. Make sure it's MP3, make sure it's a full original track. So no remixes, no mashups. I won't check the mashups. And I will give feedback to it, or I will at least check it. I will check every demo. If I give feedback on your track and I don't like it, it's my opinion. So it's whatever I think of it. So please don't get discouraged by it. And I'm trying to help you. So yeah, just keep sending in your demos. And yeah, thank you for uploading so many demos. I check each and every one of your demos. I just cannot give feedback to all of them, but I'm trying. I'm gonna do more of these videos. But remember, I will check your track, and if I think it's cool, I will either support it live or in my radio show. And I hope to see or hear a lot of more demos from you guys. Ciao.